Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to week 7. Okay? I know, week 7. We almost finished, almost there. All right, so this video is about science. Okay? So let me share my screen with you. Okay. So in your packet, we're going to start on page 103, 103. Okay? So this is about food chains. Okay? On page, what I did, I just took this page, and what I did, I just took pieces of it and I broke it apart so we can see it better. Okay, so we are on page 103. I just took pieces of it and breaking them apart. I broke them apart, sorry, to help us read it better on the screen. All right, so this is page 103. This is still page 103. Okay, food chains. Read the information about food chains. A food chain is a diagram that shows the path of energy from one organism to another organism in an environment. Okay, next. I want you to see a little video. Okay.
Food chains show the path of energy in an environment. For our food chain examples, we'll use a pond environment. An environment includes all the living and non-living things in an area. We have plants, which are living things, as well as animals. Both plants and animals are called organisms. Organisms are living things. In this environment, we'll also include our non-living thing, the sun, which is very important for our food chains. So let's look at the important parts to understand about food chains. Number 1 is that the sun's energy is needed to begin all food chains. Number 2 is that a plant makes its own food using the sun's energy. It's normally seen second in a food chain. Then you'll notice animals, and animals get energy from eating plants or other animals. Another thing to remember, though, is that our diagram includes arrows. Arrows must point to the organism that gets the energy. So let's practice. In our example food chain for our pond environment, the sun begins the path of energy. Next, a plant gets energy from the sun to make food, and that food gives energy to the animal that eats the plant. Next, another animal that eats animals gets energy. So why isn't a food chain just a list of animals? Why is a food chain a diagram that includes arrows? The arrows point to the organism getting the energy. So let's explain this part of our food chain. The grass and the mouse have an arrow between them. Notice the pointed side of the arrow is pointing toward the mouse. This means that the grass gives energy to the mouse. The mouse gets energy from the grass because the arrows point to the organism getting the energy. So what's wrong with this food chain diagram? Well, I notice the sun begins the path of energy. That looks correct to me. Next, I should see a plant that's able to make its own food using the energy from the sun. But here's the problem. That's not a plant. So let's fix it. Our food chain must include a plant along with the animals. So let's take this food chain and stretch it out a bit. Add our plant where it belongs. And that should fix it. The sun's energy goes to the plant gets the energy, makes its own food. Then the cricket gets energy from the grass. That cricket gives its energy to the mouse. That mouse gives its energy to the fox. So what's wrong with this food chain diagram? You see the sun, that's first, looks right to me. Next I see berries, those are parts of a plant, that looks right to me. And next I see a robin that would eat berries. Looks correct. And then another animal that would eat a robin. So what's the problem here? Oh, I see it. Do you see it? There it is. The path of energy is wrong. The arrows are pointing the wrong way. Let's fix it. So let's begin with our food chain. Our non-living sun gives energy to the berries. Those berries give energy to the robin. The robin gives energy to the fox. Looks correct to me. Here's how we would explain it, each part at a time. The sun gives energy to the plant to make its own food. Then the plant gives energy to the robin, who eats the berries from the plant. Then finally, the robin gives energy to the fox, who eats the robin. Here we go. Food chains explained. Happy learning.
Okay, guys. Next, we're still on page 103. Number 2 said, look at the food chain diagram. Notice that a food chain includes the sun, a plant, animals, and arrows. Read the descriptions about the path of energy through the organism shown. Okay, so this is a food chain diagram. It starts with the sun. The sun is a non-living thing. Okay, and energy from the sun begins all food chains. Okay, guys, remember that. It begins all food chains. So the sun gives the energy to the plant. Okay? All right. So the milkweed plant is a living thing. A plant uses the energy from the sun to make its food. All right? So the plant is getting its energy from the sun. Okay? And next, the plant gives its energy to the caterpillar. Okay, you saw my hand? The plant gives its energy to the caterpillar. Okay, so the caterpillar is getting its energy from the milkweed plant. Next, the bird. The caterpillar is going to give its energy to the bird. So the bird is getting its energy from the caterpillar. And I want to give you like a real world example. Have you ever really been sitting in class hungry and you feel like you just can't do any work because you're just extremely hungry? And did you notice when you went to get your lunch in the cafeteria, how you got this boost of energy? So you got your energy from the food, okay? All right. Hopefully you guys understand that, all right? So let's go to my next slide. Wow, guess what? This is your assignment. Your science assignment for week 7. On page 106, see right here, 106. This is a pond environment. So you're gonna only do number 9 for your assignment, but you're gonna do 2 things. You're gonna create a food chain diagram using the organism in the pond environment shown. Draw arrows. Again, draw your arrows in the food chain showing the path of energy, and you have to label these 4 parts of the diagram. Make sure you have the sun, the plant, an animal that gets energy from a plant, and also an animal that gets energy from another animal. All right? And that concludes our lesson, and I can't wait to see you in my Zoom meetings. And goodbye for now.